Hi! So this is about the 5th time I've attempted this video already this afternoon. I've had the postman turn up, the window cleaners turned up, Teddy would not go to sleep, and you know, life just kind of got in the way. But I'm here now and I'm going to be talking to you about baby names. Donna from What the Redhead Said tagged me in her Let's Talk Baby Names tag video a little while ago now, and this is the first time that I've had a proper chance to sit down and get round to doing it. So I'm just going to talk to you about why we chose the names that we did for our 2 beautiful little boys and where we came up with the names from, and then I'll probably tag a couple of other mummies who might want to share their little stories as well. So we'll start with the eldest. Toby was born in 2013 in the August. And Jamie and I had a little bit of difficulty choosing his name actually. One of the reasons is that Jamie is a teacher, and if I liked a name, he didn't. He either had taught a naughty one of those or just knew a horrible one of these. So it was a little while before we actually settled on a name for Toby. I don't actually know where it came from. My memory is absolutely scattered after having 2 children, so it's very, very hit and miss with what I remember. I'm sure Jamie might remember though, but I think he came up with it. I don't remember coming up with Toby. In fact, I don't even remember coming up with Teddy, but anyway. Toby was one of the names on our short list, but obviously Toby is what he was eventually called. The other 2 names we had on the list were Fraser and Zach, which I know Chantal from Milk and Nappies will love because her little boy is also called Zach. Well, Zachary, but we call him Zach. I call him Zach. So yeah, that was interesting to have 3 names on the shortlist, and actually I think we only chose a proper name about a week before we came. One funny thing though is that when he was born, I was completely off my face on drugs, which, you know, legally is amazing. Although I don't actually remember much about his birth. What I do remember is Jamie saying to me, "Are we going to name him what we said we were going to?" And in my state of deliriousness, I was just like, "Sure, yeah, we'll name him that," thinking my kid could be called Rudolph and I wouldn't know any different because I had no idea what we had actually agreed on. But Toby was the winning name, number 1. His middle name is Simon. We also had a couple of other names for him, middle name wise. We were torn between Simon, John and David, all of whom are male figures in Jamie's life. Simon is his dad, John was his granddad, and David is his granddad. But we actually went with Toby Simon in the end, and when Jamie told him, he cried and it was very sweet, but I didn't hear it because I was still probably off of my face. With Teddy, when we knew we were having another boy, I just knew the difficulties would continue with name choosing. I had at that point gone off Fraser and Zach because I felt like they were still associated with Toby in a way. And I don't even remember where Teddy came from at all. I have no idea who came up with it. I don't even think that we had any other names. I liked some possibly exotic names, which I cannot for the life of me remember. Oh, I quite liked Thor. I thought that was quite cool, but with our surname it would just sound like something is defrosting, so we didn't go with that. No Thoring here. So yeah, Teddy, I'm not sure where it came from, but it just felt right, and it felt like it would really, really settle nicely with Toby. So we obviously, Toby and Teddy came along. Teddy's actually got 2 middle names. One is Joshua, which is Jamie's brother, so Toby and Teddy's uncle. And the other one is Jason, who is my dad. So he is Teddy Joshua Jason, which can be a massive mouthful, and Normally, if you know you're telling your kid off, you call them by their full name, Toby Simon. I normally just go Teddy Joshua, because I can't be bothered to add the Jason on the end, which is a bit lazy, but that's how we kind of came up with their names. I just don't really know where they came from. But yeah, obviously naming a child is a massive responsibility because it's something that they've got to carry with them through their whole life, and I was really set on them having a name that would suit them as a baby, as a small child, but also as an adult. Oh, one thing about Toby is I actually wanted him to be called Tobias. I wanted him to have a proper name because I felt like Toby was a shortened version of a name, and I didn't want that with any of my children. I also didn't want any like initial names like TJ, AJ, that kind of thing, but it turns out I've got a TJJ with Teddy, so that's quite interesting. But yeah, with Toby I wanted him to be called Tobias because I felt that if he was going to go into a professional profession when he was older, that he could have a proper name on his door or on his desk, that kind of thing. But I was soon talked out of it, and actually Toby suits him down to a T. So that is our story of how we named our children. Teddy, we definitely knew he was going to be a Teddy, and Toby was a Toby, Zach or Fraser, but I can't ever imagine him now being a Zach or a Fraser. He is definitely our little Toby, and he goes hand in hand with our little Teddy. So yeah, that's our story anyway. So if you would like to take part, please do feel free, but I'm going to tag Hannah from Hi Baby Blog. I'm also going to tag Amy from My Mummy Spam because I know she really wants to get back into vlogging, and so this is a tag and I'm going to force her to do it, so make sure you do it, Amy. And I'm also going to tag Chantal from Milk and Nappies because I would really like to know that they came up with their names. Okay, if you like this video then please do subscribe. This is the first of many videos to come. I do have others to edit, but I'm just totally rubbish with organising my life, which I know some people won't believe, but I really am. And so yeah, thumbs up please. Bye.